PM KWS update brought to you by Pitbull stands and steering dampers. Now, Ben, you went out, they say, on a bike, your Superstock bike, and everything was wonderful, and you thought the bike was fabulous. Then you went out on the Superbike, and you came back and found out, wow, there's something better out there.
Yeah, the Superstock bike was not fabulous, in fact. So we, in turn, made some changes, saw what was different on the Superbike. It was working excellent, and, applied those changes, and here we are.
So those work. They transferred straight across. Sometimes that doesn't always work.
Yeah, luckily enough, we've got it closely enough set up. Superstock, Superbike, so same size wheels, same bike basically, different motor. And it helped us out a bunch getting that done, and went the right direction, and lap time showed it.
All right, Chip. Chief Mechanic. What is your job anyway? Okay, we've got floor sweeper and team manager Chip with us. You just threw these bikes together in like 6 or 7 hours. You uncrated them the day before you came to the race or something crazy?
Not quite 6 or 7 hours, but it's been the last 4 weeks collecting parts and building stuff and rushing around and just working 24-hour days and 7 days a week, and trying to get everything as close as we can to ready before we got here. And unfortunately, we didn't have everything 100% ready, so we had to spend Thursday and Friday with practice and qualifying, ironing out the bugs of these bikes. Our 08s is the first weekend we've run them, so there was definitely some bugs and stuff to iron out. And when you come to the racetrack, you should spend all of your time here tuning them and making the bikes faster, not fixing them. And unfortunately, spent a good part of the first part of the weekend fixing stuff and building stuff instead of tuning them. And but fortunately, we've got a really good rider with Ben, and really good crew chief with Michael Godin, and we've gotten everything sorted out. And particularly on the Superstock bike, we're going really, really well. He was fifth in qualifying, so inside our second row. Our Superstock race here in a few minutes, and we're pretty hopeful for it.
Started off pretty well, got a good start, got up into fifth, I believe, and just kind of circulating there, just working into the groove, and ended up having a little mishap there on probably the third lap. Paris passed Yates there, and then I kind of ducked in right behind them, and going into two, Paris totally lost the front, went down, and right behind him, I ended up losing the front too. Same time, managed to not crash, just kind of held it up on my elbow for a while, and
yes, you have elbow proof here.
Elbow proof.
Beautiful elbow proof.
And then I ran my ankle over, and then I managed to jump back on from side saddle somehow. So hopefully there's some footage somewhere. It's the craziest thing that's ever happened race-wise for me, for sure. I wasn't giving up on it. It's like, you will not go down.
That's how hard I was pushing down on it, though. I was just like, ah!
Now that was relatively early in the race.
That was like the third lap probably, so I just tried to work my way up from there. I got bumped back to, I think I was in ninth probably, and I got passed by everybody there, and I was just having some problems with the bike there, just some front end issues that we hadn't run into before, just for the race. And but I worked my way back up and got into the mix up there. It just took me a while. It's just with that front end issue, I couldn't charge as hard as I'd like to, so lap times were off from practice. But, ended up in fifth. Could be worse. Best finish yet, so.
I was like, ow. Yeah, there's a hole in it.